Story: The Mother Who Was Left Behind. My name is Margaret Wilson. I am 62 years old. I live alone in a small wooden house on the outskirts of Brighton, a place where every corner holds a memory. My husband, Edward, passed away nearly a decade ago. This house once echoed with laughter. Now, it is filled with silence. I have only one son, Michael. Michael moved to Canada many years ago. Now, he has the kind of life people dream of. A good job, a large house, a gentle wife, and 2 lovely children. And me, I have quiet mornings and long, lonely nights. Every morning, I wake up when the sunlight gently touches my window. I make a cup of tea and place it on the old wooden table where Edward used to sit and read the newspaper. I clean the house. I cook small meals, even though I know no one will share them with me. In the evenings, I sit alone in the living room. The clock on the wall keeps ticking. But somehow, time inside me stopped a long time ago. Michael rarely calls. Our conversations grow shorter each time. Sometimes he sends money. Sometimes he says, "Mom, I'll visit you soon." But soon never comes. In my bedroom, I keep a small box. Inside are old photographs. Michael as a little boy, smiling brightly in the sun. Michael on his graduation day, full of pride. Michael on his wedding day, happy beside the woman he loves. Every day, I open that box. Not because I forget, but because I'm afraid that one day I might forget what it feels like to be called Mom. One afternoon, there was a knock on the door. I wasn't expecting anyone, but when I opened it, my heart stopped. Michael? He stood there, tall, grown, almost a stranger, yet still my son. I couldn't say a word. I just held him tightly, as if he might disappear again. Tears ran down my face, but this time, they were tears of joy. I made tea. We sat across from each other. I asked about his wife, Emily, about the grandchildren I had only seen in pictures. He answered, gently, briefly, as if those questions were just an obligation. Then he looked at me and said, "Mom, I miss you." I smiled, but then he added, "Come with me to Canada." I froze. Leaving this house meant leaving Edward, leaving my youth, leaving a part of who I am. This is my home, the place where I've lived my whole life. But Michael insisted, "Mom, it's not safe anymore. You deserve better. You deserve to be surrounded by family." That night, I couldn't sleep. I walked through the house, touched every wall, every piece of furniture, and in the end, I chose my son. I sold the house. The place that held my entire life was now just a number. Michael took all the money. I didn't question him, because he was my son. The airport was crowded, loud, unfamiliar. Michael said, "Mom, sit here. I'll get a wheelchair. Just 5 minutes." I nodded, like a trusting child. I waited. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. People passed by, but none of them were him. An hour passed. My heart began to tremble. A police officer approached me. After checking, he looked at me with deep sympathy. "Ma'am, your son has already boarded the plane." He left, alone. The world around me collapsed. No, Michael wouldn't do that. He loves me. But the truth did not change. I had lost everything. My home, my trust, and the child I loved most. The officer, James Carter, did not walk away. He said, "You shouldn't be alone." He took me to his home. His wife, Sophia, held my hand like a daughter would. They didn't ask too many questions. They didn't judge me. They simply stayed. There was something I never knew. The plane Michael took crashed. No one survived. James knew, but he never told me. Because he understood, a mother, no matter how deeply she is hurt, still loves her child. Time passed. I no longer lived in my old house, but I had a home. James cared for me like a son. Sophia loved me like family. For the first time in years, I no longer felt alone. One day, James asked, "Do you miss your old home?" I smiled. I lost a house, but I found a home. I lost a son, but I found a family. Not everyone who is your blood, I will stay by your side, but there will always be people who choose to love you sincerely.